Welcome back to Bones, Bourbon, Barley, and Brass, a lifestyle channel where we discuss interesting things. And we have an interesting one for you today. This is a barley episode, and it is Kazbegi. I believe I have the pronunciation correct. Kazbegi is a lager from the nation of Georgia in the Caucasus region, so north of Iran and south of Russia, also near Azerbaijan, or excuse me, Armenia. So this is a whole pint. Probably going to need it tonight because we have a lot of discussing to do. Easy drinking, 4.9% alcohol. Since this one's a little hard to find, I consulted with our friend ChatGPT, and Chat has to say a whole host of things. The beer's brewed by Global Beer Georgia, which is a major company near Tbilisi. Goes back to 1881. So it sounds like it's an original beer, and then over the course of time, just like many breweries do, they reinvent themselves and are their present day form. European pale lager. It's not really a craft beer. The beer's name is inspired by Mount Kazbek, one of Georgia's most iconic mountain peaks, which contributes to the brand's local identity and appeal. Beer Advocate rates it an 80 out of 100. Easy drinking, refreshing, but not particularly complex. Okay, cool. So we'll go ahead and crack this open. I also have to lament, we've really upgraded our setup out of the dark ages. We've figured out how to go from, shitty Microsoft Teams to now a real setup with real software, a real microphone, which I've had for years and was able to repurpose, and seems to be going great in testing. So we'll see how this goes in production. So got our trusty Bear's glass, and we'll give this a pour. It's got carbonation. Decent carbonation. It definitely has that European smell to it. Okay. ChatGPT was correct in not being too complex. That certainly is a factual statement. I will also say that I was not looking for a real exciting beer or a showstopper or an ooh and ah. I was really looking for something simple and basic because we have a lot to cover this evening. I have another couple of videos that I need to shoot in the brass category. So, yeah, it's good. I'll give him a couple 1-ups. I'll give him an 8.2 out of 10 or an 82 out of 100. Let's take another taste and see if we can define any notes. Yeah, it's just beer. I mean, and that's what I said about Czech Far. It's crisp. This is good. I mean, you could drink this in a pool. You could drink this on a hot summer day. You could drink this after work. You can drink this while watching a Blackhawks game. The Blackhawks are on. I am missing parts of that game to bring you this great content. But yeah, 8.2 out of 10. I found this in Total Wine here in Dallas. They have an import section. You go through, pick out your bottles. Today, I still have a lot of Oktoberfest to go through. I still have Karbach. I still have Union Beer. I still have St. Arnold's. I feel like I have one or two other Oktoberfests. I also have some winter beer, and I just simply wasn't feeling it. I wanted something OG and basic, almost like Miller Lite. And this is, while this is not Miller Lite, it's certainly in the realm. It was either this or a Brazilian beer. I also do have a Manhattan Project Hatch Chili Ale, which we will get to in a few days. So, yeah, 8.2. If you've had this beer before, go ahead, comment in the comments, like the video, like and subscribe. We do need to thank our sponsors, ToroLandandRanchCompany.com, www.torolandranch.com. They are an e-commerce platform that has vacant land, livestock, livestock guardian dogs and working dogs, and soon to be apparel and goods. So let's thank our friends at Toro Land and Ranch Company. Once again, www.torolandranch.com. If you also have property that you would like to post, please reach out to them and they would be happy to work with you. Before we wrap up and move on to other content, let's have another couple sips. Oh, by the way, bear down. Yeah, this is approachable. I've always been intrigued by the nation of Georgia. I've always known about it as a little kid. For those of you who know me really well, National Geographic had a geography bee back in elementary school. I think it was grades 4 through 8 or something to that. I think it was 4 through 8. For years, I was the betting favorite to win the school. I only won it once. I qualified for the geography bee. I forget which grade. I think it was 7th grade, and got to go to University of Missouri at Columbia. Very interesting experience, very memorable experience. So that's the first reason I know the nation of Georgia. The second reason I know the nation of Georgia is there's a gentleman by the name of Andrew Henderson who's a content creator and owns his own business. He has also written Nomad Capitalist. His mantra is "Go where you're treated best," and I'll put a link to his channel in the description. But he has an office in Tbilisi, amongst other places like Kuala Lumpur and I think Cartagena, Colombia. Very cultured gentleman. Has some very interesting things to say about the world dynamic at the moment. But he also has done a lot of content on Tbilisi and Georgia and its culture, etc., etc. So, all in all, like I said, 8.2 out of 10. Solid beer, not a shit beer. Let's do one more sip. Describe this in one word: crisp. Crisp would be that word. So as we close out, check out our other content. We have a plethora of content. It's mostly craft beer reviews, a couple cooking videos. I do need to get on product reviews. I do need to get on bourbon reviews. January may be a twist because it may be a dry January and we may be doing some pivots as we go through the year. So our bones episodes may be bones of, how do we improve our health, etc., etc. So until next time, cheers.